Hey everyone, you are watching Super Chat on WCCB Charlotte CW. I'm your host, Just Jess, and I'm here with Hector Murai and Matt Starnes. And Matt is here representing the Geek Gala coming up this weekend in Charlotte. And Hector is with Faith and Fandom, and he's going to be signing his new book this weekend at Fayetteville Comic-Con.
Right. That's it.
Yeah, so if you're in North Carolina, get you there. I'm sad I can't go. Somebody send me pictures or something. I always get sad if I miss all the conventions. I can't go to all of them.
There's just too many to actually go.
Especially in October.
Yes, October is con month, I tell you. But it is also the month of The Flash, and The Flash is back. And it's in the second episode, they wanted to make sure you knew they were lighthearted. So we started off with Risky Business Flash, which was cute. It was so cute. And it did remind you of, this was the fun show. This was, CW, Arrow was dark, Flash was light. And now we've got Supergirl. She's kind of in between. But it did, look at this. I wonder how many takes this was. Because Grant Gustin is like a triple threat.
Yeah.
Kind of love that. It was heartwarming. It was very zany. Is it, dare I ask, was this episode too zany?
I really feel like this is the closest to actual Comic Berry we've gotten, at least modern Comic Berry.
Okay.
Like the lighthearted, because I've really felt that even in season 1, he was a little too, I'm Spider-Man teen angsty. To be Barry, and I feel like this is kind of getting to the right spot. Yeah.
Now, here's a good question. It's from the Justice League trailers. Is the Ezra Miller Flash, is he more on par with the comics, or what do you think? Where do your loyalties lie?
Mine were the TV. TV Flash,
I don't think that he's doing a bad job, but there's definitely a difference.
Yes.
But he's a lot more fanboy in the Ezra Miller version, which, I mean, he's basically the comic relief of Justice League. So.
Yes, which is cool. I'm excited to see it, but again, he's got an uphill battle because I like Grant Gustin being the Flash. There were a lot of Easter eggs in this episode. One of which being, when they were selling that apartment, I was like, is this Oliver's apartment? Are we in Star City right now? What is going on? Did you guys notice that?
I thought they were using
really
the set.
I think it's this, I don't think it was meant to really be Oliver's apartment.
It's like Doctor Who, they only have 4 pieces of furniture.
Right. I guess in Vancouver, I don't know how big Vancouver is, but literally all their, half the CW shows, I would say 3/4 of them shoot in Vancouver, so they're probably like, hey, you guys, are you in the can we use the apartment for a reality scene? So that was funny. And then we also saw, where else did we see Oliver's face pop up?
The newspaper.
Yes. Yeah, we're going to get to Arrow, but he's been unmasked. Spoilers.
Dun, dun,
so
dun.
again, spoilers. If you haven't watched this week's Flash, then turn away. But keep watching, though, because
keep watching this.
Yes. So the villain of the week, Kilgore. How did we feel about this villain and his metahuman powers? Where did he get them? That's a good question.
My end game is thinking that the Thinker basically replicated the Star City catastrophe to generate his own basic league of people that have been disenfranchised and enable them to go do what he wants.
The Meta League. Is there anything in the comics that's like a league of meta-humans that are bad?
He actually,
and the rogues?
Thinker did used to run up the Legion of Supervillains.
Okay.
So he created that. So when I saw the multiple screens and we have to find the others, I was like,
And at least
that could be a different version of that.
At least they gave you this is how many you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And it wasn't 40, which is nice.
It's like a million boxes.
We'd like the monster of the week. We just don't want
snow. Yeah.
3 seasons worth.
We only have 12 to deal with. That's okay. 12 is doable. So you do think that maybe it's because of the Thinker. Now, there was a very sketchy character, Warden Wolf, which is quite the name. Is that from the comics at all? I don't think so.
It's beyond my knowledge.
It's a cool comic name, though, but he was shady. So when they locked up Kilgore and Ironhearts, check a look at this guy's face. Look at that face.
He's like, I want to free this guy.
Now, I know in the comics there's a point at which in Iron Heights they do experiments on some of the metahumans and the metahuman wing. Now, do you think that Warden Wolf and the Thinker are working in tandem? Do you think maybe it's a whole completely separate thing and really the Warden is creating? What do you think? Theories on the Warden versus the Thinker.
I think the Warden might be independent of the Thinker. So I think, so that could be an interesting little conflict between villains too.
If the Thinker went to all that trouble to put Warden Wolf, or to put Kilgore there.
Yeah.
I don't think that he would put him there without having another person in place.
Okay.
So I think that he's probably either, you know, under control, on the payroll, whatever. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that if you're trying to put someone there, you're going to have backup to kind of institute that.
Yeah, so he's backup maybe.
That looked like mission accomplished.
That's what I thought. That's what I was reading the situation as like he's one of his like henchmen kind of thing. And so, but other people are saying no, he might have his own game plan, or so who knows? Yeah. To be determined. There's a lot going on with the show this week. Speaking of Gypsy, she back for 111 day, which now is that what day is that? The November 1st, or is it January 11th, or do they have to do two horrible Valentine's?
Or do the years like start over every like 10 years or something?
Maybe, or maybe it's the first day of the year, or maybe it just is. That's what they call it. Like Valentine's Day doesn't mean 14th of February. What do we? Well, you have said you love Gypsy and Cisco.
I absolutely do. I think they're great together, and I love the vibe. Hashtag Vibers.
Viber
wedding.
Vibe wedding. I call them Gypso because I think that's a cute name.
Nice. Yeah.
They need a name. I don't know what it is, but yeah.
I like Cisco and everyone. Like, there's not been a relationship era of Cisco that I haven't enjoyed his response to his relationships.
And there were some really good, funny scenes about. Well, Caitlin was all about the relationship advice this week with the funny giving her therapy advice to Iris and giving Cisco like, oh no, she mad at you, girl. That kind of advice. The therapy scenes with Barry and Iris going to therapy. Cute, necessary.
The only thing I didn't like is that they resolved after 2 sessions.
Right.
They were like way too happy, and I know this is supposed to be the really happy season, which they needed after last season, but I was like, wow, that is really fast.
Yeah, it was fast, but you know what? I think they're doing a way better job of writing Iris West this season, and for her to be like, you left me, and that's hard to get over. That's very real. Like. She's not just, she can't just understand everything.
There just seems to be a tragic flaw in the concept of bringing your superhero fiance into a place where you're supposed to divulge secrets without at least having, like, let's have some safe words here or something to do that. But
now, though, if you told that therapist, she can't legally tell.
True.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's an interesting point. The new suit was also a really goofy. They had the fat suit.
The fat suit.
The flotation device.
Willy Wonka status.
Yeah. Now, do we think because of all this tech that maybe the Thinker can hack this new suit?
Well, they said they're going to scrub it.
Yeah, they are. They're taking. Okay.
Yeah, they're going to scrub it after that episode.
I knew they were scrubbing some of it, but I didn't know all of it. So yeah, I don't think. Here's my thought. The tech is Cisco. I don't think that the suit needs to have it all.
No.
But it was cool. That's a cool scene. I liked this with the. I also maybe, you know what? Maybe keep the eye thing in with a polarized lens.
Yeah, that was nice. I mean, yeah, that made a lot more sense.
Next week, we get to see Harrison Wells back. Well, actually, it's Harry Wells. And I don't know how he's coming back, but it's another very zany promo, and it looks like the main villain of the week is this lady who's not really a villain. She's just having a lot of luck, and it's causing everyone else to have bad luck. So check out the trailer for next week's episode of The Flash, and we're going to be right back to talk about Arrow.
Hell. Every time we try to do something right, it goes horribly wrong.
Why is this happening?
She's got a good luck field. The more good luck she experiences, the more bad luck she spreads.
No! If Becky keeps winning, bad luck will keep spreading.
How much worse can it get? Maybe we should burn some sage.
The Flash, only this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.